Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Tonight's topic is going to be understanding the devaluation stage. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So what does this mean, the devaluation stage? Let's break it down real quickly for some of the new people on the channel. When you are in a narcissistic relationship, most times it is love bomb, which is when the adoration stage, when everything is euphoric and it's great and it's new and fresh. Then there's a devaluation stage when the narcissist is beginning to literally devalue you, and they're showing you exactly how little they care about you. And then many times is the discard, when the narcissistic relationship ends and you're thrown away like a piece of paper thrown away on the side of the road. That is the narcissistic abusive cycle. Now, the devaluation stage, this comes post love bomb stage or euphoric stage. Like I said, with the narcissist, remember, everything has to be nice and new, and people have to be shiny new toys to the narcissist. The narcissist loves new, let's just put it that way. And when you first met the narcissist, and let's say that it was a romantic relationship, but it can be anyway, they would love bomb you, smother you with affection, adoration, all of this fake empathy and fake love and fake everything, because they're trying to get you hooked on them. It's almost as if the narcissist, remember, the narcissist does not love. They can't love. They can't fall in love. But what they can do is project that back to you and mirror back what you want to see in them, which is exactly what happened during the love bomb stage. They totally ensnared you and got you hooked on them. Yes, that's exactly what happened. After the love bomb stage, they slowly and insidiously began to devalue you. No longer were the things that they used to find cute and beautiful about you, no longer were they getting any attention. And it's almost as if like the love bomb stage, when you exited it, I mean, keep in mind, you don't know they're a narcissist, but when it ended, it's like, wow, like they used to hold my hand all the time. They used to send me texts. They used to tell me they loved me. They used to pick me up. They used to buy me clothes. They used to do this. We used to go to my favorite restaurants. We used to go where I wanted to go for vacation, things like that. Disappears pretty quickly after the love bomb stage. Remember, the narcissist has a short attention span, meaning they're lazy. They don't want to work that hard. But once they get you hooked on them, during the love bomb stage that is, or the adoration stage, whatever we want to call it for this video, they now own you. They now have you where they want you. That's exactly the purpose. So it's almost as if they cast this wide net out and they ensnared you in it, only you don't know you're ensnared. Now, devaluation, when this happens, let's use an example of devaluation, like things get devalued. If you buy a car, the minute you drive it off the car lot, it's depreciated or devalued a certain amount of money. By the way, why that is, I have no idea, but that's what it is. And that's how it is in a narcissistic relationship. Slowly, this person who turns out to be a narcissist, they are devaluing you right in front of you and to others. And they're like I mentioned, they're not telling you, they're not giving you all the attention, the adoration. They're certainly not giving you time. And they're going to begin to do things against you because they know they already have you ensnared in their web of manipulation. So things like they may say things like, why are you wearing those clothes? Or you used to look so much better. Or you should cut your hair. Or your job, you haven't had a pay raise in 3 years. What's going on? Like things like this. And they can be subtle or they can be blatant. But you notice throughout the devaluation stage, when you are being devalued, you know that something's not quite right. Again, you can't put your finger on it because you don't know you're with a narcissist. And what you end up doing is you end up working harder and harder to try to get back to that euphoric stage or the love bomb stage because you had a taste of it once and you're like, I can do it. I can get us back there. I know I can. And what you find yourself doing during I'll call it the deval stage. During the deval stage, what you find yourself doing is working for the narcissist because you're going to be doing virtually everything they want you to do because perhaps you are and or were in love, or you believe that this person, maybe they're a boss, and you believe that they're just like the best boss and they're going to get you that promotion, that pay raise, things like that. But what you do is you say, I can get back where I was. I know I can. And because the narcissist is now diminishing you and devaluing you, you are beginning to believe what they're telling you, which makes you work harder and harder to get back to that euphoric stage. See, it's all a game of manipulation. It's all a one-way relationship that benefits the narcissist because the narcissist needs supply. They actually needed you. They needed someone who would believe in their falseness, who would believe in their mask, who would believe in all the nonsense that they told you. But again, when you're in the deval stage, you're in the fog. You're officially in the fog, and you don't know up from down, in from out, what's right. Well, you know right or wrong, but you're working for this narcissist because most likely you have lost your identity and your self-worth, and certainly you had minimal, if any, boundaries. And that's one of the reasons the narcissist ensnared you in the web of manipulation, because you probably didn't have boundaries, and or maybe you were a people pleaser, a yes person, an empath. The list goes on and on. But they saw this in you early on when they first met you, and they tested you, and they did their homework on you. And remember during the love bomb in the beginning? Remember all the questions they asked you? They seemed so interested in everything about you, where your family's from, your job, what you've done, maybe your finances, all these things. They were doing reconnaissance, trying to figure out to weaponize virtually everything that they learned about you against you at a later date. And it begins during the deval stage. That's when they start using things against you. That's when things that they used to think that were so cute or beautiful about you, now they're out the window. And why does this happen? I'll tell you why it happens. Because the narcissist never fell in love with you. They didn't respect you. They don't care about you. All they care about is that you are a human being on this planet that they can extract from, that they can take resources from, which include, but are not limited to, financial resources, intellectual, spiritual, mental, physical, your family, your friends, relationships, everything. They will take as much as possible before they discard you, or before the relationship ends, or before you understand what's going on. But most times when you get the knowledge and the information, it is too late. That's what happens. That's why through the help of my channel and many others, and again, thank you very much for being here, we're raising awareness for narcissistic abuse and empowering people. But the discard stage, the devaluation stage, understanding it, it's very hard to wrap your head around at times, because you can't believe that this person who feigned that they were in love with you, how they could just be doing this, devaluing you right in front of people, or setting the bar higher and higher, or in other words, moving goalposts. So for example, you plan a vacation, everything's going good, but no, it wasn't the vacation they wanted to go on. They wanted to go on a different vacation. And you're like, what? We planned this out. We talked about it for a long time. And no, it wasn't good enough. See, remember, during the deval stage, the narcissist is never happy. They're never satiated. Why? Because that's how they live their lives. That's exactly how they live their lives. They're always searching on a quest for something they will never find, which is the ideal human being, someone who is flawless, who's absolutely amazing. And they thought that was you during the love bomb stage, until probably you had an argument or two, or you showed that you're a human being. And that's when they decided, wow, this person's not who I thought they were. I need to devalue them, get other sources of supply behind their back, which essentially is your replacement, and then discard them when I can. Wash, rinse, repeat. That's what they do. That's how the narcissistic abusive cycle continues. But the devaluation stage will have your head spinning if you've experienced it, because you can't understand how you are giving to a fault. You are giving your time, your money, your love, your energy. You're doing everything possible for the narcissist, and the whole time what they're doing is taking it, but pushing you further and further. They're saying, that's great, but what have you done for me lately? And you're only making that much money, you should be making so much more money. Or here's a classic, which is my least favorite, triangulation. They're going to triangulate you, which means throw another person in the mix. So now they're going to make up a phantom person, or maybe it's a real person, and say how that person is giving them all the adoration, the respect, the energy, but you're not quite doing it. You're not doing it as good as they are. So in other words, they're comparing another individual who may or may not be real to you. And that is absolutely vile. It's disgusting. It's one of the most disgusting things I've ever experienced in my entire life. But having said that, that's just one way the narcissist is devaluing you. Another way is, like I mentioned, they have no respect for you. They never have. They never will. They just went along wearing the mask as long as they could, until the weight of the mask got too heavy, and they found other sources of supply who are uneducated and who will offer the next level of resources that they're searching for. It's exactly how it works. Now, many people are in the devaluation stage for decades, and I mean decades, because I've spoken with many people. And this is because these people perhaps didn't know what narcissism was. Maybe they just discovered it. Maybe they were too comfortable in the relationship. Maybe they got beaten down so much so that they just gave in and said, okay, fine, whatever, this is it. And keep in mind, all these things are before either the internet and or YouTube. So there's no blame or fault. It's just the way, with the advent of the internet and YouTube, we can share information so much quicker. And that's the beauty. Way back then, people didn't have this knowledge. They didn't know. That's why spreading awareness is the path. That's exactly why the education is instrumental, and that's why boundaries are imperative. But the devaluation stage is something like you've never experienced, because most likely you will be being devalued behind your back also, which is the smear campaign. Remember, the narcissist is going to set you up for failure during the devaluation stage. So when they discard you, all these ducks line up in a row and they're like, I told you, this person was a problem. You know, and the person is you. And the truth of the matter is you're not a problem, it's the narcissist. But they've already, because they're so skilled at their craft of crushing people's lives and manipulating and blowing up families, marriages, relationships, friendships, workplace relationships and everything, they're really good at doing this. And it's disgusting and insidious, but that's exactly how the narcissist lives. And what the narcissist does is, once the love bomb is over and once they know they have you ensnared in their web of manipulation, they will begin devaluing you soon thereafter, because you're just not living up to their expectations, which can never be met, because remember, they are not a real human being, meaning their expectations are always moving. It's a narcissist. They will never be satisfied. It's the way they live their lives. That's why they continue to go from relationship to relationship, town to town, city to city, job to job, blowing up things, because once they get discovered or once people find out about them, they have to go somewhere else. It's exactly what happens. But the devaluation stage, before I close the video out, it is a very trying and difficult time, because you're in the fog, your head is spinning, you don't know what's going on, and you blame yourself many times. You're like, is it my fault? Like, am I doing enough? Am I contributing enough? I don't know. But the whole time you are, and the whole time your resources are being zapped or tapped, you're being crushed, you just don't know it. And you keep on putting your attention where it shouldn't be, which is on the narcissistic relationship, and certainly on the narcissist, when in fact it should be on yourself. That is a huge, huge part of this, because the narcissist keeps you in the fog, and they keep you uncertain, and they keep you in that area of not knowing what's going on. And while they're doing this, like I said, your health is deteriorating, your bank account is probably at zeros, and you're losing family and friends and so much more. But you don't know what you're up against. That's exactly how they like it. That's exactly what they do each and every day. So that is understanding the devaluation stage. I hope you liked the video. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon or evening. Stay blessed. Stay true. Continue on the path. Maintain your boundaries and continue to become awakened and aware. The devaluation stage is a very trying period of time for anyone who has experienced it. It's not good. So my hope is you are either out of this toxic narcissistic relationship, or if you are experienced in deval stage, you can protect yourself and insulate yourself and prepare for what's about to happen. My hope is no one ever gets in another narcissistic relationship, because they will test you unlike anything else. I'm going to close the video out, guys. God bless you. Remember, you are not alone, and I love you no matter where you are on the planet. God bless you. Have a great evening. Stay true. Stay blessed. Good night.